How much do you need to live in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil? What's the monthly cost? What's the cost of living like? This is what we're gonna talk about today, man. I'm Ja King. This is Travelversity.
I'm in my bag, I'll be back in a minute. I'm fixing the salad, I'm stacking the spinach.
So I just bit into this burger, bro. Madero steak burgers. I just bit into this burger. That joint was so good, bro. If you getting a burger, if you go on Rappi, you gotta download Rappi if you gonna be ordering food in Rio and in Colombia, Medellin, wherever. You wanna have Rappi, R-A-P-P-I, app. But Madero steak burgers in Rio, smacking. All right, bro. So how much do you need to live in Rio full time for a month? Well, that will kind of depend on what kind of lifestyle you want to live. So a lot of these countries are not that expensive, but it depends on the lifestyle you want to live. If you want to go to the club and pop bottles every night and, turn up, you want to go out every night, you want to have lots of entertainment, then you're gonna spend a little more. If you frugal and you can cook and you want to just go get groceries and cook and all that, that's a different type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I hear people say you can live under $1,000, under $800. It really just depends, because like me personally, like as far as accommodations, I'm kind of bougie with the housing. Like I usually want something that's in a pretty nice area, which is why Rio been killing me, because the apartments is not like that. So that's been the struggle for me here. But usually I like a nicer apartment. So sometimes that costs a little more. Some people don't need that. Some people can live in a spot that's, not in the like the touristy neighborhood. Some people like to live more in the local feel and get the cheaper vibe, and there's nothing wrong with that either. It's cool. It just depends on whatever you want to do. It's just like in the States. Some people cool with living in one neighborhood. Some people cool with living in another. So, but in places like Rio and in places like Medellin, but you can get a crib for $300, $400. I hear in Thailand you can get a crib for $200, $300. So like you can get cribs for rent in these spots for $200-$300 depending on the place. And the more upper end, you might be looking at $700-$800. So you can do the math on that. So you're looking at between $200 on the low end and about $900, $1,000 on the upper end. But somewhere in the middle, $400 to like $600 is where you're gonna be at most of the time. $400 to like $600 is where you're gonna be. Now, if you use an Airbnb, you gotta take account in the fees into that. So it might be $700, but then with the fees, it might be like $800. So once you get to the spot, then you can try to find an apartment, but you might have to take the L on Airbnb the first time or the first couple months to find you an apartment outside of Airbnb that's gonna be cheaper. So then you got food. Some people like me, bro, like I eat a lot of Uber Eats. I ain't gonna lie. I eat a lot of Uber Eats. I go to the restaurants a lot. I don't cook at all. So I'm gonna spend a little more on food probably because I don't really cook. But also you can get street food and stuff like that. There's like $3, $2. Like, so food is pretty cheap even eating out in these type of spots. Like you can get food at a restaurant for $20 and like $20 at like the 5-star spots. They got buffets here for like $7 is all you can eat. Like food is pretty cheap here. Like the most you gonna probably spend on food if you go to a high-end restaurant is maybe like $30. And that's if you go into like a 5-star restaurant. Most of the restaurants you probably gonna hit probably gonna be between like $10, $15. But if you want to grocery shop, you could do that too. I mean, just you gotta budget how you want to budget. The same way you would do in the States. How you want to live. If you gonna eat Uber Eats all the time and Rappi and stuff, it's gonna be different than if you want to go cook. You might be able to spend less. I don't even go grocery shopping, so I wouldn't even be able to really tell you how much the groceries are. But I know they're cheap, cause I went grocery shopping in Medellin and it was cheap, and I'm pretty sure Rio was cheap too. It's cheap to eat here, man. It's not that much to really live here, honestly. Like, once you get here, you will kind of figure out how much you need. But I think, realistically, if you make $2,000 a month, you're comfortable. You can do it off maybe $1,500 a month, for sure. You can do it off less, depending on how you want to live. But I'm never gonna tell, like, I don't really live on like the lowest, so I'm not gonna tell somebody, yeah, you can come over here with $500, $600, and you'll be all right. Like, I'm not gonna be the one to lie to you and tell you that. I don't want you to say that I told you that, because I ain't gonna do you like that. I'm gonna be real. So you can come over here with maybe 1,500, 2,000, you comfortable. 3,000, you a king. You king. You a king. You got 3,000, you a king. Anything above 3,000, it's like you don't even need a budget, because you're not even gonna spend that. It's not even really like, you have to really go out your way to spend that much money. So I'm gonna say 1,500. 1,500, you can do it. If you don't want to be out in the club and everything all the time, you're good on the 1,500. 2,000, you're gravy. 3,000, you're a king. 4,000 and up, you good. Like, we're not even talking about it. So, yeah, man. At the end of the day, though, you gotta do what's best for you and what fits your budget. There's no real price tag you can put on it, because we all live different types of lifestyles and stuff, man. But that's the video for today, man. If y'all got any questions, man, I will answer them. I'm gonna drop the new link to the new YouTube that's gonna be on this channel. I'm gonna drop the link to the new Instagram. I'm gonna drop the link to the new Facebook, man. Thank y'all for supporting me, bro. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that IG. I'm gonna get them questions for y'all. We out.
I'm in my bag, I'll be back in a minute. I'm fixing the salad, I'm stacking the spinach. Swabby, that's